Hey, it's Jesse at Ish Guitars coming to you with the new Modern Eagle 5, which you cannot yet see, but we got this new fancy turntable and it's getting there. Waiting, waiting, waiting. So what are you doing this weekend?
Nothing. All right, well, this is taking a lot longer than I thought.
Agree. All right, well, there it is. Yay! This one happens to be a custom color that we got, actually. River blue with a blue burst and a natural back wrapped binding. Freaking gorgeous.
White pickup rings.
Is that a
They
unique
usually
thing for this?
come with black.
Interesting.
Wow.
Spectacular guitar. You already saw the back a little bit. The neck on this is insane. All fiddleback mahogany, so it's all flamey. They picked out really killer fretboards and stuff for these two. Really knocked it out of the park with these guitars. So as you know, these were a private stock model and were a limited run in private stock, and now they've kind of trickled down to the choral world, starting with the Experience guitar, which, as we know, the Experience didn't happen this year, but at least we got the guitar. Look at that neck. Here it comes. Oof. It looks so good. Special eagle on the headstock. Special ivory tuner buttons.
Yep.
A couple of special features of
Bone nut.
Yes, it is. Of the Experience limited edition, limited only, I think it's 200 pieces worldwide. I want to say 120 for America.
I was going to say
so off the top of my
120.
head, I might be wrong, I don't know.
120 for America, you're right.
And also, very excitingly, although we've already sold a ton of these, I think we have one or two left of the limited run. We've already sold a couple of custom colors. This one is available. Also, we knew this was coming, so way back in pre-COVID times, we actually made 2 wood library runs of these. One has a quilt top, and the other is actually a satin opaque run. So they'll be a lot less expensive because we don't use 10 tops and things. And they'll be opaque, you know, like Grandma Hannon. Actually, I don't think we're doing Grandma Hannon pink. Again, don't quote me. There's definitely flat black in there. Yeah, it's been a minute now. So those are all going to be coming in probably, 6 months or something like that. So stay tuned for those. Now, Scotty, you've been playing this guitar a bunch today, and it has 17 combinations.
Yeah, we tried to get them to do more, but they said no.
They cut us off. They said that was
like
enough.
40 sounds good. Yeah, the joke is that only dentists and doctors can afford these guitars. You also have to be that smart to figure out all the pickup combinations.
Yeah, you got to get a degree. Harvard, I think, is accepting their new PRS switching program.
Somehow I made the cut. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All the sounds that we heard they were really cool, really practical. And once you do spend some time with it, it's not a nightmare to get to. Definitely more of a cool collector's piece or a studio guitar. The guitar that can do anything. I can't see you doing too much with it live if you want to cover all those bases, just picking out your favorite combinations and letting it shine.
Right. I mean, people say, how many combinations do you need? And it's, one is all you need, technically, right?
That's right.
But at the end of the day, it's so cool to have so many options in one platform. PRS is already known for that, being able to be like a Les Paul Strat type of hybrid. So I think this is really cool. To kind of go all the way, like what's the craziest thing we could do?
Less can't be more when more is more,
When more is more. I also really like this guitar, partially because PRS makes the 509, they used to make the 513, which was 5 pickups and 13 combinations, which is how they got the name, and the 509, which is 5 pickups and 9 combinations. Those are great guitars, they sound great, but they just kind of don't look that cool, honestly. They just have those kind of funky pickups, I'm talking about, with no pole pieces in them. And I think the Modern Eagle 5 is really neat because it accomplishes that and more, but it looks like a guitar I'd actually want to play.
It's a lot cleaner. The TCI pickups obviously sound great.
Yeah.
I love most of all the single narrow field. Now that we don't have the narrow field that we've seen in like Special 22s, this pickup to me shown so much throughout all the different pickup combinations that I think that would be one of the repeat visits that you got a lot when you play that.
So interestingly, one thing I wanted to point out with this guitar too. Oh, I forgot, Gigi's here. Isn't she cute? Sweet little pup. This pickup is not centered,
Correct.
which
yeah.
freaks me out when I look
It's
at it.
a little off.
But it's in a position that sounds better, right? It's all about the tone at PRS. Paul Smith is here for the tone. He really doesn't care about anything else. So it's funny because it's not actually perfectly centered, but it's probably one of the better sounding
For me,
center pickups I've ever heard.
that also as a player lends itself, because when I personally, I know there's a lot of people that don't like a middle pickup guitar. When you're picking, to me, if it's more in center, you actually dig into that. I'm a guy that digs in a lot. So that
Yep.
being slightly closer to the neck actually really helps in terms of playability,
Really?
I think.
That's interesting. Because we have that complaint a lot with the Special 22s. A lot of people didn't like where that center pickup was. They just
Yeah.
said they ran into it or hit it a lot.
This one was a lot more
Which I guess if you're
comfortable.
not a Strat player, you're not really used to that. And that's kind of that thing. Also, that pickup's a lot smaller than on the Special 22. You know, it's not a humbucker or anything like
Yep.
that. It's pretty.
That's the narrow single, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. The other cool thing, I think a lot of vintage gear nerds will really appreciate this, is the impedance switch. You can go from 500 to 250, and while that's a slight thing, I know there's a lot of people that buy old Gibsons.
So
that,
tell me about this, because it's really, I don't know any other guitar that's done this before.
I can't say I do
So what
either.
is the point of going from 250 to 500K?
It's going to affect the sound slightly. So you will have a brighter output with 500K.
Okay.
Again, a lot of vintage guitar aficionados, people that pick up old Gibsons or want old Gibson pots, they'll kind of fine tune their guitar's sound and their flavor. Especially guitars like that, they tend to have very bright, kind of crisp, big attack on their humbuckers. So this is just going to help you dial in that personal tone that you like even more.
Interesting. When you were playing it, did you see this as being actually useful, or was it just so minute that you couldn't even tell?
It's subtle, but I think the difference is there. And again, someone who's, let's face it, guitar players are very particular people.
Right.
I think if you're going to be picking up a guitar like this, I think every little bit counts.
So there's no excuse for you not to buy one, because we have every possible sound in it.
And it's blue.
And it's blue, which, I mean,
Come on.
it's worth like $1,000 right there, just because it's blue. I don't know.
I think so.
How about this pot?
The pot's interesting. That's where you think you got it all figured out. And then you pull the tone pot, and that immediately engages the bridge and the neck. So those are always on.
Right.
And that is in the bridge and full neck position. Everything in between is going to involve the narrow field.
Yeah.
And that's when you can start pulling in and out the coil split options as well. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But don't try to count it, folks.
How long would you say it took you to figure out all these pickup combinations?
I'm still figuring it out. Yeah.
No, but seriously,
As
we've
we
been here for
speak.
what, probably an hour
I
already?
think a couple days, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to figure it all out. So it's a little daunting, but we get there. Well, cool. So Scotty's going to play this a little bit for you. PRS already did a video showcasing every last pickup combination. So we're just going to screw around a little bit real quick and see what you think.
you.